I'm Scott.
And I'm Russell.
And we're the CineManiacs.
And this week we're reviewing Watchmen, based on a DC Comics graphic novel by Alan Moore.
And let's see, it is directed by
Zack Snyder.
The director of 300, another movie I really loved.
Yeah, and he also directed the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Another excellent movie. Alright, this movie's set in New York. Superheroes are banned and in hiding when the superhero, the comedian, is murdered, and it sets off this big investigation by Rorschach. Played by?
It's played by Jackie Earle Haley.
And he goes around and tries to get to the bottom of it.
He basically beats the crap out of anybody who needs information.
He's one of the better characters in the movie.
Yeah, he is by far my favorite character.
The other superheroes are Night Owl.
Night Owl, played by Patrick Wilson.
Mr. Manhattan, one of my other favorites.
Yeah, man, he wasn't really my favorite. Played by Billy Crudup.
There was, who are we leaving now?
The Silk Spectre 2, played by Malene Ackerman. She was hot.
We get to see.
Something about latex. I think I would look good in latex.
By the way, this movie is rated R. It's not for kids.
Definitely not.
But that's what made me like it.
Yeah, it's nice to be an adult and actually watch an adult movie for a change.
It's not your typical watered-down superhero movie. I wasn't really familiar with these DC comics or the graphic novel, so going into this I didn't have any preconceived notions about it at all, and I was really happy to see it. It was good. It started out kind of slow. It's a 2.5-hour movie, or longer than that.
Yeah, close to 3 hours.
So, you know, set some time aside when you really feel like sitting down to watch a movie.
You definitely get your money's worth with this movie.
Yeah. So, the plot in this is really deep. You don't want to miss anything. It's got a love story between the Silk Spectre 2 and the Night Owl.
Yeah, it's kind of a triangle, actually.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan's involved.
That's right. There is. So.
And you really don't want to mess with Dr. Manhattan. He's the baddest character in there.
Omnipotent. And he's naked through a lot of the movies. So.
Yeah, his Oscar Mayer's hanging out all over the place.
Be ready to be slightly
notice.
Shocked. It's not that noticeable, but still, when there's a naked guy walking around with his wing-wang flopping around, you can't help but notice it here and there. Like I said, there is female nudity also.
Yeah.
It's not really prevalent. It's just enough to keep you wondering when you're going to get to see more. And that's about the twist of it.
Yeah.
I loved this movie. I just saw it on DVD. I wished I'd seen it in the theater, but I'd probably buy it.
Initially, I didn't know what to think of it. You know, the first half's kind of slow, and I kind of really didn't like it, to tell you the truth. But that whole next day, I was sitting there at work, and I was thinking about it, and I was talking to people about it, and you know what? I really want to see it again, and I think, yeah, it does grow. It's one of those movies that you don't like at first, which I've seen several of them like that, and then you watch it again, and it's really a decent movie.
With a 3-hour movie,
there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there is a lot, and it takes that first half hour. I was kind of lost, but they really do take their time to develop these characters, and it has an excellent ending. The ending is such a good payoff. It's worth sitting and waiting, because I've been to movies where you're sitting there waiting for it to get better, and it never does, and this is not one of those.
Or you sit through a whole movie and the thing's excellent, and then you get to the ending and it's just crap.
Flat.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a sequel. I honestly am hoping for a sequel. I don't know how they would do that, and I'm not going to spoil anything on the ending of this movie, but
that's usually my job, but I'm not going to do that either.
I loved it.
And I also loved it.
So I say buy the DVD.
I would buy it too. Definitely.
And don't let your kids watch it, unless they're over 16.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and we're the CineManiacs.
See ya.